true leader is always led. Shame is a soul-eating emotion. The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct acting from inner necessity. The creative mind plays with the objects it loves. Find out what a person fears most, and that is where he will develop next. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. If there is anything that we wish to change in the child, we should first examine it and see whether it is not something that could better be changed in ourselves. Nights through dreams tell the myths, forgotten by the day. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. The best political, social, and spiritual work we can do is to withdraw the projection of our shadow onto others. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. What you resist persists. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light of meaning in the darkness of mere being. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. There's no coming to consciousness without pain. Whatever is rejected from the self appears in the world as an event. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. I must also have a dark side if I am to be whole. Through pride, we are ever deceiving ourselves, but deep down, below the surface of the average conscience, a still, small voice says to us, something is out of tune. The reason for evil in the world is that people are not able to tell their stories. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol, morphine, or idealism. We cannot change anything unless we accept it. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. As a child, I felt myself to be alone, and I am still, because I know things and must hint at things which others apparently know nothing of, and for the most part do not want to know. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. How can I be substantial if I do not cast a shadow? I must have a dark side also if I am to be whole. Words are animals, alive with a will of their own. Show me a sane man, and I will cure him for you. The first half of life is devoted to forming a healthy ego. The second half is going inward and letting go of it. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. The bigger the crowd, the more negligible the individual becomes. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. My whole being was seeking for something still unknown, which might confer meaning upon the banality of life. In each of us there is another, whom we do not know.